Hey, what's up, everybody? Frederick Poag here. So the big, beautiful bill got into a revised form and was advanced thanks to the concerned Republicans that were so concerned about it that suddenly weren't. So they're going to be debating it. It's going to come up for a final vote. It's probably going to pass the Senate. But there's a key provision in there. Remember how they were all so concerned? All these Medicaid cuts and they're going to pay such a big price for it. And it's going to wipe them out. Yeah, they tacked on another $100 million on it. They made it even worse than the House version. Now, why do they do that? I'll tell you why. Because they know they won't pay a price for it. Now, back in the day, I was an organizer in 1st District in Tennessee, a very ruby red district. And your turnout in that district was about low 30s of the eligible electorate who could vote, right? It was even less among the very poor, people who used Medicaid. And a lot of that was they don't really have disposable income or maybe even transportation to, say, get to a polling place to vote. They either need people to help get them there, or which is run by the party apparatus, especially if they need to turn it out for like a presidential election. But midterms, oh no, they ain't running that. And secondly, most people historically don't pay attention to an election if it's a midterm. They call it off year. And you have to have certain criteria to even keep a polling station open. So chances are they might tell you to go, oh, well, no, you can't vote at the polling station you voted at in the presidential election. You got to go over here and vote there. And a lot of people ain't going to know that. So maybe they get to the other place and then they just give up. They're like, oh, well, it's another 15 miles away. I'm not going there. Forget it. I'm just not even going to vote. So what they're banking on, especially since they have a corporate media apparatus in Fox News and OAN and Facebook and all the social media, that they won't pay a price for it. In fact, they'll be able to blame Democrats. This is something that Obama did. It's part of ACA. Or why are we even talking about this? We have all these other problems. And meanwhile, all these people that are on Medicaid, seniors that couldn't afford even the bare minimum of memory care facilities and all that other stuff, that without Medicaid, they're just going to die off because they're going to get kicked out. Or, the people that have crippling disabilities where they can't work, they're going to get kicked off of that, and it's going to shorten their life. Or rural hospitals that they already have issues with trying to get staffing for doctors and OBGYNs, especially with these draconic anti-abortion laws that have passed. They're going to close. So then the next hospital, instead of being 20 miles away, is 120 miles away, which they're not going to have the means to even get there. And what happens when all those poor people who they consider, as Elon Musk referred to them, as parasites, which is what the Republicans and the ultra wealthy think of them. They're going to swoop in and take whatever they can get, whether that's their land or houses that may have been, even if they're dilapidated, have been passed down for multi-generations. It's going to be a wipeout of rural red poor. When you couple that with the attacks that are going on with the farmers because of Trump's tariffs and everything else, because remember, they don't need numbers if they have gerrymandering and they rig the system. All they need is the illusion of democracy. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Keep the faith, defend democracy, and I'll see you later.